What happened to the friends? Oh, the friends after a relationship question. Yeah. Fuck. That's really hard. It totally depends on the situation. I would say it can happen, but a lot of times it takes way more time than people are willing to give it to actually be friends, because usually one person is more invested than the other person and is hoping that the other person will come around. So like, let's say there's a girl that you like and you guys end up breaking up and you really still like her, and she's like, well, I just want to be friends, and you're like, because you just want to spend time with her or be around her, and you have this secret hope in the back of your head that maybe she'll come around. You can do that, but you have to realize how unhealthy that can be, because I've done that myself, and it can be extremely unhealthy, extremely stressful, and super nuking to your self-confidence. So I would say in general, like for me, like, because I had a situation like that happen where I was really into someone, we tried it out, it didn't work, and it was mostly on her end, telling me that it wasn't going to work, and I was destroyed for a while about it, and it wasn't until I kind of just cut it like totally loose, where I was like, I'm not going to see this person. Like I'll be friendly to them if I see them, but I'm not going to make an active effort to hang out with them, because it really out of sight, out of mind is a legitimate expression, and I feel like when you're friends with someone that you like and they want to be friends and they're the ones who broke it off, it's until you cut it totally loose and just accept that you're gonna feel really shitty for a long time, and you will get over it, even though you think you'll never get over it. You will at some point. It really is the best, at least personally for me. It took like a month or so, maybe even more, until I was like truly, but by the end of it, I was like, I am really over this. Like, it's oh shit. Get but I think it is situational with the friends thing for sure. Like if it's 4 years later and you're really over someone, yeah, you should be friends. Like you could be friends with your ex. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as both of you are not expecting something. And there's nothing wrong with if you do pick it up again. Like, it's just really, God, I can't. I gotta be careful here, because I don't want to say too much, but I just it's something that I have dealt with in the past, and I think an interesting question. I think an interesting question is, especially too though, is the intimacy aspect. Can you be intimate with someone who you both are into each other, but you're not going to be into a relationship? You're not going to be like dating each other, but you could have sex with each other or whatever. Like that's I think it can be done, but I think it has to be navigated and constantly checked on, like how your feelings are. So anyway, yeah, the fuck buddy idea. But I think there's levels of fuck buddy too, because there's like fuck buddies that like where it's like totally physical, and you literally, like, once you guys have sex, you guys don't even talk and you don't hang out. You know what I mean? Like a true fuck buddy, where it's like, yo, what are you doing? Let's fuck. I'm leaving now, and I'll see you next week. You know what I mean? Like there's that level, and then there's levels of like, well, I'm friends with this person and we fuck, but we're not dating. You know what I mean? Like that happens too. Real talk implies everything else is fake. Yeah. I dated a chick I work with, having to see some. Yes. Yep. Totally can relate. Or understand where you're coming from, Hazard. Yeah. Dating people in the workplace, just from things I've seen and a little bit of experience, you could say, is always terrible when it falls apart. Yeah. Definitely. Real talk, bro. Yeah. Is Sark still Mormon? No, Sark's not Mormon anymore. No. They call it shitting where you eat for a reason. Yeah, it's true. Friend zones? It's a good question. I've thought about the whole friend zone thing. Fuck. I mean, I think there is an element. It's, once again, it comes down to definition. It's kind of hard to define, and depends on the situation. I think guys psych themselves out about the friend zone a lot, thinking that it's like this thing, like this girl will never see you as like a guy that you wanna date if you're friends with her. Like that totally can happen. But it's not like this mystical thing. It's just that the girl, like, she likes you as a friend and she doesn't see you that other way. Fuck. Can you break out of it? Like, sure, but that's implying, that's giving it credence that it actually exists, and I think people just overthink it. It's not a matter of, like, a friend zone. It's just a matter of you guys are at different places and she doesn't see you like that. Like, and you shouldn't have your self-confidence nuked for it. I know that that's easy to say and it's hard to not have happen. But anything's possible. Anything's possible. I know so many people that ended up dating that were friends before. I actually like a girl at work, but I'm hanging back because I know it will turn into Nam. Again, girl sniping from the trees. Yeah. It's... Yeah, friend zone in the common use is BS. Yeah, totally. There's friend zones where girls. So this is the real friend zone that exists. Okay, here's a good example of a friend zone. A girl likes the attention that you give her. Okay, and she gives you enough flirtatious stuff to make you think that maybe you should, like, maybe she would be interested in a relationship. You know what I mean? And maybe she's even said as much, like, oh, we're really good together, we have a lot of fun together. But she always stalls. And she never actually, you know, let's say 2 months go by and there's really no progress, right? Like, whatever, you guys hang out, she seems really flirty, but she maintains that she wants to be friends, right? That's on you. Then that means you have to break it off, or you have to make your intentions clear. And if you make your intentions clear, and the girl is like, no, you know what I mean, I don't want to date you, I just value you as your friend, then you need to do whatever you need to do to get out of that rut. You need to stop seeing her in that capacity. Like, you have to have some self-respect. It's not the girl's fault if you make yourself known to her, she says no, and then you hang around and say that I'm in the friend zone. Or you also have to, if she's like, well, let's just kind of see what happens, maybe. Like, if that's not a good enough answer for you, then you need to get out. And you need to stop, because like, I myself have been burned by that, and it's so annoying. Because girls, at the end of the day, girls fucking love attention. That's just it. That's how they work. It's not anything necessarily wrong with them. Oh, fuck. It's just all girls love attention, and they love attention from anyone, even people that they're not interested in fucking. And the sooner that you learn that, and the sooner that you understand that, the happier you will be, and the more sense things will make. Like, oh my god, she seemed really flirty with me, and you could start to be like, well, no, well, not really. Like, you tend to overanalyze things when you're really into that shit. It's just... It's just not healthy, because then you can get jerked around, and but you allow yourself to get jerked around. What if all your friends are also friends with her? Not sure. Not sure what you mean. So all your friends are friends with her. So you're saying it's like complicated? Is that what you're saying? To be in the friend zone? I guess I don't understand the question. You want to be jerked around. That's true. You do want to be jerked around. Fuck. Wow, Daz. Oh, going back to being friends after the relationship. Yeah, I mean, it's just messy. There's no. People want a hard answer to it, and I don't think there is a hard answer. People like Google that shit, and you pull up like top 10 lists, dude. I won't be ashamed to admit. When I was going through like some shitty stuff where I was like, fuck, I really like this girl and she's not reciprocating and she just wants to be friends and it fucking blows. Dude, you do all kinds of shit. I Googled, I was like, ways to be friends with someone who like, you lose your shit, man. And you just have to accept it. People are not okay with not being okay. Myself included. The hardest thing to do in your life is to be okay with not being okay and being honest about it. Doesn't mean you mope around and you make everyone else around you a fucking miserable person, but it means that you have to be honest. And like, there's so much of our lives that like aren't gonna be happy. It's gonna be shitty. And you know, and like I feel like for me, I have somewhat learned how to be okay with not being okay. Like, it sounds more complicated than it is, but if you think about it, it's really not that complicated. Our whole society is based on the fact. Our whole society is based on the proposition that we always should be okay all the time. Look at the ads. Look at fucking Zoloft. Look at. I know that stuff does really help real people, for real. Like I understand that there's people that are actually depressed that have imbalances that need it. But anytime anything goes wrong, you don't want to feel pain. You don't want to feel sad. You don't want to feel at all. You don't want to feel human ever. You know? Why feel human when you can just take something? So anyway, I think that's a big issue, and I think that but that whole issue of like, well, bro, you should like, why are you so focused on this? Like it makes people including myself think I'm crazy when I'm not okay. When it's fine, when it really, people should just be like, totally get it, like you got to deal with it in your own time. And like obviously there's limits. Like if you're clinically depressed over something, like you should get help for it. But if it's just like a natural cause of life, like a relationship or I don't know, someone dies in your family or whatever else, like it's shitty. It's shitty. Life is, oh shit. I'm gonna take that off. Yeah, subscribe for more real talk. I don't even know what's going on today. I'm real chatty today. These are actually some really good questions. I'm having fun playing the source and chatting. If you guys want to join the server, you can still. If someone wants to put it in the comment, but trying to keep up with the chat. Yeah, Shaz, I agree with that. I agree with that. And also too, like with depression, like or with being really bummed, like I have a tendency, I think a lot of people do, to just go into recluse mode, man. I don't want to go out. I don't want to see other people. I don't want to really conversate that much unless it's to fucking wallow in my sorrows with someone. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to do any of that shit. I just want to fucking sit at home and I want to watch Netflix and I want to play video games and I want to just wallow in my depression, because that's also a crutch too. Like depression can be a crutch. Like it can, feeling sorry for yourself is addictive. You get into the cycle where it's like, man, woe is me, and it becomes comforting. It's so fucked up to say that, but like, oh shit.
Dominating.
What? Oh, I got him. Holy lag. But it can be comforting to feel sorry for yourself, and it's a real struggle to be like, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna force myself to get back into habits that are normal. Yeah. Anyway, at least for me personally, I know I'm speaking like in broad strokes. And I know that that's not the same for everyone, but that's just for me. Yeah. True depression is different than feeling sad, absolutely. True clinical, like diagnosed depression is not something that can be helped by just telling someone to go outside. Like, my whole family, I have a lot of people in my family that struggle with depression. And I think I do too, undiagnosed. But I mean, not like, I have never had it to where it's been, well, I should say that it's never been crippling, but I've had rare instances where it's like, totally crippling. Shit, I'm trying to read what you guys are typing. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm not saying if your thing is to not go out, is not to go to clubs or hang out with your friends, that should be your thing. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that, especially with our culture, and this is nothing new, and other people have said this, but our culture is very self-reliant, and like, especially like in the nerd culture that I'm ingrained in, and it goes for every single person that's watching this stream right now. It's very hard. It can be very hard once you're in this for a long time if you're not used to relating to people and forcing yourself to get out there and actually be out there. It can become an issue where you become really out of touch, and I really think it is a problem. It's way easier to type something to someone on Twitch chat than it is to talk to someone face to face. It's just a reality. Same thing with text. Same thing with tweets. Same thing with fucking, I don't know, Google Plus chat. It's way easier to do that. Oh, nice. Than to talk to someone in person, and that's, you know, it's fucked up. But that's kind of like the awesomeness of technology, and also how it's destroying how we fucking relate to each other. Oh god, I'm dead. Fuck. Oh yeah, totally. Everyone is more confident online. Google Plus chat. What, Cam? You want to go outside?